Happy good morning to you. It is 6/19/2018. I think that's a Tuesday, June 19th, 2018. This is your daily Forex trading strategy session brought to you by TradersWay. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Wait, let's do the old school disclaimer. Let me remind you that the purpose of this presentation is education. This is not an alert, so I'm not here to make trade recommendations. But I will conduct technical and fundamental analysis, and I'll do so in real time, pip by pip, candle by candle, with the overriding goal of helping you put together trade plans throughout this beautiful your trading session. If you're trading along with me using a demo account, then regardless of whether your trades are successful or not, you will have an opportunity to learn. Trading and investing is risky and not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. So please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hi, my name's Wayne. Good to see you. I'm on vacation. What are you up to? Yeah, I love waking up early on a vacation. I say I gotta get me a webinar. Get me some webinar. Do these sessions, like I said, 7:30 in the morning, New York time. That's a couple of hours before Wall Street opens. It's also approximately London lunch. So it's a good opportunity for us to get together as a community, review the charts and the fundies, and essentially realign our satellites. If you're not part of the TradersWay family, please visit TradersWay.com, open a demo account. You can choose from an ECN, fixed spread, or variable spread. But here's the bottom line. We care about you. I care about you. I want you to succeed, and I'm here for you. You show the loyalty and respect by opening and funding an account at TradersWay. So today we'll keep it simple and clean. And I will cover currency pairs and commodities in which you request. Gold and oils, the Aussie and CAD or Kiwi to cover commodity currencies. It could be pound, it could be euro, it could be. So please let me know what you'd like to cover and I'll do so. Any requests? Okay, Kiwi, euro. We'll start with those. La 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 la. Let's do Kiwi yen. Da 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 da. La 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 la. Okay. All right. So last week, the New Zealand dollar versus the Japanese yen turned bearish. Okay, top of the markets, resistance 1, and ended the week quite low. In fact, ended the week at M2. If you're a bull, it's supposed to start the week at the M2. And on Monday, it essentially, it's not really a gap, but made it clear, indicated very clearly, that it was not going to make an attempt to rally. In this situation, when you're a bear and you get a new set of weekly, and the market opens bearish, but does not retrace, so you're a bear, the market's bearish, but it's oversold. How do you trade that? Well, the big thing is change your chart over to the 4-hour and you look for the 21 EMA. And here's my zoom in click button. Don't have a zoom in click. You don't have a zoom in button? What? Oh, it's a search button. Who would want search? Hang on, I gotta find the click. There's no zoom in. If I was a zoom. Oh, there it is. Need to move that sucker over here. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, remove the new order button. Yeah, that'll work. I love your laptop, Wayne. I can actually read the labels and prices. The problem is I can't because the resolution is so high that it's... Alright, anyways. Yeah, you guys like this laptop better than my normal laptop? Really? Yeah, it's just it's just super high resolution, that's all. Funny, I didn't know there was a problem. I guess maybe nor did you. So this is a 4K laptop. Anyways, all right. So if you look at now the 21, and where's my click? So there it is. Okay. You can see on Monday kind of gaps down a little bit, comes back towards the 21, and that's a sell. Okay, so that's all it is. What can I say now? I mean, we're through the weeklies. Bit of an inside week, as you can see by the pivots. Not a lot more to add. There's no real permission to be a bull unless you switch over to monthly pivots, which might be the right thing. But as far as weeklies, it's I call it like a mood type trade. But I think the real thing to do is switch this over. And la 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 la. Okay, and now let me zoom out. So here's the thing, it's just following like bricks. The top is monthly R1. I think we can agree to that. Monthly R1, monthly R1, monthly R1. Get rid of it. One click order. Okay. In that case, you use, or as Brooke says, suggests the monthly S1. Yes, I agree with that, Brooke. Monthly S1. So, how are you going to trade? Pullbacks and drops if you want. The trick here is the velocity in which it has fallen. it's very difficult to conservatively grab that pullback. But as you can see, using the 21 here, it's plausible. That's what this 21 EMA is for. If you're bearish and price is below the 21, you sell retracements back to the 21. The book I wrote 10 years ago suggests a way of, that would be a sell, that would be a sell. This one was a little tricky due to that was the sell. Who knows? Oh, are you guys just talking about it's easier to read the chat? No, the chart's okay. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, you know, my other laptop is just a 1080p. You know, so. This is $21.60 by $14.40. Is that 4K or 2K? I guess that's 2K. Yeah, that's 2K. Yeah. Look. Yeah, 4K is 3. Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, it's still double. Right. Anyways. 2K. Let's do another currency pair. Where's my little? Barely get that one in there. Not this time, Ronald. Okay. But if it was a different time of year, I would. Okay. Going in, you know, post June Fed meeting, I grow much less. All right, and that has to do with volume and volatility declines this time of year, Ronald. Okay, ZAR. Who wants ZAR? That's amazing. Where is it on this? Nah, I'm going to decline ZAR. Most people won't want it, Mike. Rob, Caribbean? Euro yen? Okay, sure. La la la. La 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 la. Okay. The top is monthly M3. So the target would be monthly M1 if you are a bear. If you're a bull and you're really hoping this is going to go up, you need to start putting some trade plans together. According to my spidey senses, Euro yen should fall a little bit further, approximately in here, and a bull is going to look to buy it. That would create your double bottom scenario. Okay. But as you can see, it was a pretty clear sell for bears. last week, right? It's not that complicated to see, right? Down, 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 up, up, sell, right? Down, 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 up, sell. But the interesting thing is, you see how long it took to fall? These are dailies, right? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. It's nice and orderly. And then, like, velocity of some of these moves now, you would think because the velocity is higher, it would be more bearish. But actually, what happens is you lose complacency, and people look at, if you shorted up here, in one day you made as much money as you normally make in a week. The same thing in here, ginormous day, and traders, when they're in situations like that, tend to lose confidence because they're making money too fast. Okay? I know, doesn't make sense, but you do it. Oh, look, I made 100 pips, I got to get out. Right? It's true, Joe. Yeah, you freak out. You're like, oh my God, I have 100 pips, I got to get out. Why'd you get out? I had 100 pips. Right, like the market knows how many pips you have, right? Oh, I got to get my. So, anyways, people are just sitting on a bundle of cash, and they want to take it off the table because they don't want to lose it. So it's funny. I actually put a section in my book in regards to that. Right? I told you that amateur traders lose sleep at night over losing money, and professional traders lose sleep at night from making money. Yeah, Michael says the law of average. Yeah, but the thing is, on the long run, it's a lie, isn't it? Because what will happen is your win versus loss ratio as far as size diminishes. Yeah, this seems right. Yeah, 835 should look like that. You got it, Chuck? Market Bender? I know it's Bidner. There's Bender, right? The air bender? Yeah, got it. Yours is different? Well, must suck, Charles. Gee whiz. I've tried 1,000 different versions of stochastics, and you might actually think I'm joking, but this rocks, everything else sucks. Sorry, in my humble opinion. Yeah. That way I can say anything I want, right? I learned that from Talladega Nights. With all due respect, your stochastic sucks. You're like, hey, you can't say that. Sure enough, can. I said, with all due respect. All right, so anyways, someone might want to buy that, but, and the sell was here middle of last week, which is the counter trend trade, right? So whoever trended it this way is trending it back. Now, the other interesting thing, guys, this was the buy that I did May 10th. Okay? We talked about buying in June's M2, but it was still May. Most people hadn't even calculated their June pivots yet, so we covered that in the swing group. And then you can see it headed up, and the bears sold exactly where they're supposed to sell. Right? The bears did what bears are supposed to do. Bulls did what the bulls are supposed to do. What happens in the middle here? If you didn't buy it as a bull, or if you didn't sell it as a bear, what's going on in the middle? Who trades in there? Yeah, pigs. And pigs get slaughtered. That's right. So if you sold up here, you're super happy. If you bought down here, you used to be super happy. Now you're quite disappointed. But You know, look at what, I mean, should teach yourself some lessons here, right? If you were a bull and you bought it, I mean, look, you had to buy it into the moving averages. Well, on average, what typically happens? No, it's only, I'm not doing peso, it's only the 19th, okay? Sorry, mate, it's just too early. Yeah, I only do that at the end of the month. You're like 2 weeks too early. Okay, so look at some of these things, guys. Isn't it easier to sell in a falling market? Yeah, the drop off to 55 indicates a possible bottom, sure. But like I said, at the end of May, the buy was presented. So now you have to kind of hope for a double bottom. And we've already blown through the weekly pivots, right? So there's an element of hope in your strategy. And I think bears are quite confident. I'm not saying that's right either. Like you said, the 55 does suggest that. But then again, I made that rule up. I can be completely wrong, right? It's not like I got from the book of technical analysis, right? And they bring out the textbook of technical analysis. I made that up through observation, right? So, anyways, that's what it suggests. Be a bear, cautious. Just slip that in there. What would you like? By the way, Joe, I refuse to look at somebody's czar request well. So it's not you. It's the peso. Aussie dollar? Sure. Happy to. Only because it's a more liquid currency pair, and I just assume more people are trying to trade it. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Of course, I can't get an Aussie dollar. Is it up here? Yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay, that's fine, Joe. And that, and what you're doing is you're actually playing dollar more than you're playing peso, usually, which is fine. Okay, but it's not the recreation trade, but that's cool. Right on. Your cost might be a little higher and all that kind of stuff. Because remember, you're borrowing Mexican peso. So what's the interest rate in Mexico? 0.75 or 4.25? Yeah, you say, yeah, it's small, but it doesn't matter. As a percentage, it's going to be the same. If it was $1 billion, you're paying a lot for you're taking out a loan from the Bank of Mexico. Yeah, well, again, as a percentage, it's just something to consider. Swiss franc, for example, the Swiss will pay you to borrow their money. So you're like, oh, Wayne, it's only 4% interest I have to pay on my, $100,000 loan. Okay, but Switzerland would pay you money to take out a loan. You're like, yeah, okay. So the month is ouvert, as they say in Paris. They say a plus dollar. What more can be said? It dropped The month has been completed. The exact projected low, can't quite see it. I have to go 4 hour on, and I have to get some clicks in here. But that, whatever that is, 73.35. So that's pretty much done. We're halfway through the month, right? A little more than that. So the question here is, do you set up a counter trend trade? I typically do that. I'd like to see that in the first 10 days. And now we're in the second 10 days of the 30-day month. And it's less desirable to counter trend. It can happen. The first 10 days are much better. Actually almost assured. I mean, assured that I'm going to try the counter trend. So where we are now, yeah. If you want to, if you're really bullish on Aussie, or you're very bearish on USD, so you could. So watch it, set it up, right? Where's my clicker, right? But I don't really want to buy that quite yet. That's not kind of the pattern that I'm looking for. But it could set up. Where are all the bulls, Mickey says? Well, you could look at this, Mickey, and say this chart is the byproduct of uncertainty created between a potential trade war between China and the United States. Okay. Michael said yesterday you said odd could go bullish at some point. Yeah, what would the trigger that again? Well, that had to do with RBA making a statement, I don't know, what was it, 10 days ago? And the Reserve Bank of Australia said that if things remain the same, economically speaking, for Australia, that they would have to consider raising interest. They said the next policy move would be up, I think is what they said. So they said, yeah, we're thinking about raising interest rates if things stay the same. Well, I think what this chart is telling you is along sort of in that timing, things changed. Okay? And that's going to be the trade war between China and the United States. And I think I offered that as a counter argument in yesterday's webinar. If the United States buys less stuff from China, then China buys less stuff from Australia, and value goes down for Aussie dollar. Okay. Charles says, yeah, but they've been saying that for some time. Well, sure. All I was suggesting, Charles, was if they're telling you that now, at the beginning of June is the one I'm thinking about. If they're telling you in June, they're telling you that policy change of raising interest rates is going to happen in September or October. So I only was suggesting that somewhere between now and the September meeting, more market participants are going to start buying the Aussie dollar in anticipation of that future rate hike. In particular, if the RBA officials keep going out into the public saying, we're thinking about raising interest rates, 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 and at some point it's going to get priced in. Right? And then they'll announce they raised interest rates. Aussie dollar, pops 100 pips, and all the scalpers are happy. but you're already up 400 or 500 pips because you were in 6 weeks earlier, and it went up slowly. If someone made $100 or 100 pips quick, and you're up 600 slow. You see what I mean? And the slow 600 pips is because you paid attention to fundamentals and you start building portfolios or whatever. Okay? Yeah, Jess says, let's hope so. Well, another way of saying it is it doesn't look conducive to that type of trade at the moment. Like, these are not the market conditions you were looking for purchasing that Aussie, or maybe you shouldn't do it against the dollar. Now remember, the US dollar got really strong in this period as well, from the pathetic situation in Europe. Well, Wayne, which pathetic European situation are you talking about? I'm like, well, let's create a list. I have to sharpen my pencil. One moment, please. I need a bigger paper. Right? Where should we start? The Italians? Yeah. Yeah, where do we start? Yeah, so maybe, again, maybe you look at this as Aussie Swiss franc. Maybe that's more risk on, risk off. Aussie yen might be another one, right? So just for argument's sake, let's just pop an Aussie yen on there and say, all right, we want to buy Aussie, but not against the dollar. Now, Japanese yen hasn't been weak, but we'll see. Okay. And let's clean this up. Okay. So like I said, I don't think you'll like this one more, but maybe it sets up on a better pivot or something. So we're right on that support pivot now. Okay. Or you say, okay, well, that's a bit of a gamble as well. Okay. So we could go Aussie Swissy. And you say, oh, maybe Aussie Swissy. Now, would you agree? I just went through Aussie versus US dollar, Aussie versus Japanese yen, Aussie versus Swiss franc. The common denominator is the numerator, right? And Aussie has been weak versus those other currencies. Now, dollar tends to be a safe haven, yen tends to be a safe haven, franc tends to be a safe haven. So it's been risk off for a while, right? All right, well, take care, Joe. La 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 la. Nice setup off the R, straight down. Okay, another currency pair, guys. USD Japanese yen. Sure, why not? La 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 la. So I went to the planet Pandora the other day. Have you guys ever been to Pandora? Where is this sucker? Oh, there it is. It's from Avatar. Pandora. Yeah. Via flat screen, yeah. No, this is the new Disney park, so you can walk around it, and they have like a. It's hard to describe, like a floating mountain. It's pretty bizarre. So this whole section of Disney is actually another planet with crazy, animals and crazy flowers and plants and stuff like that. All right, so what do we see here? On the screen is the USD Japanese yen. Let's put it to a 4-hour chart. It's calm. What does that mean? Slightly up, but you notice how many of the other pairs we looked at seem to have fallen off a cliff in the last, 7 to 9 days. Yeah, so there is a bit of a downward move, but it doesn't seem as crazy. So one thing you can learn from that is they must be similarly strong. Creates a neutral market. Okay. On May 30th, when I got together with the swing traders, we had a scenario where if you were a bull, this was a buying opportunity in here. Okay. Right in here. Okay. Those people would have protected this so that, if your stop was here, at some point you would have moved it here as it started heading up on this next move. Right? And then what? Now we have this after this. Okay? Lame-o. Everyone in here is very disappointed. So now I think you have to worry about this. Problem is I don't know if that means US dollar weakness or Japanese yen strength. The reason I don't trade this currency generally is because it could be both. It could just be dollar strong, yen is strong, but dollar stronger than strong yen for now, but then the strong yen gets stronger than the strong dollar later. Makes it very difficult to predict. Okay? But a lower low after a double top is definitely not bullish. Okay? And I think this kind of sets up in the future. Short around 10.10. Yeah. A little bit late. You're short here. Hope not. All right. Let's do one more. Oh, okay. I thought I opened with Beast, didn't I? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to just pick oil. Jean-Guy Boucher says use decad. Okay. Yeah, all right. I was going to do oil, but that's fine. Let's do that one. At first I was afraid, petrified. So, oil. Okay. The target is here. And now I don't know anything. If you were a bear at the beginning of the month, this was a sell. And of course that hasn't worked, so you're not in that market anymore. So where is it going? I have no idea. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, we're done. Okay. Maybe it goes up and then collapses, but I just don't know. Maybe it never collapses. I don't know. Okay. But it's fulfilled its basic destiny of buying here on May 30th, and here we are June 19th, and you should already out for profit. Okay. So let's just end on that. Oil, we have OPEC, and now they're calling it ROPEC, Russia OPEC, and they're not getting the cooperation at this point, or they meaning Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia wants to be sort of the diplomat, the global diplomat, and say, oh no, let's increase oil to lower oil. And then you get, other countries, I think it was Iran, Iraq, Venezuela, these countries that are dying for hard cash. And they're like, there is no way we're going to produce more oil to lower oil prices. They want higher oil prices. So that's what is going on in OPEC. And so you're going to, around these OPEC meetings, you get all places, oh, they're thinking about doing a deal. Oil goes down. No, the deal is canceled. Oil goes up. Back and forth, back and forth. It's like watching a tennis match. You're going to get a headache. Cool. Without further ado, I bid you adieu, and I will see you tomorrow. And we can go through that trading cycle if you ask me again. That's a good question. So peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for being a client to TradersWay.